What's up guys, I'm randomfrankp, and 2021 so far has been pretty stale for the mouse market, Not a lot of exciting new big releases, and I've tried a few and it's just been pretty meh so far. That was until SteelSeries just dropped their brand new Prime wireless mouse. I'm telling you guys right now, a little bit of spoiler, love this thing. So in this review, we'll cover it all, go over the features, pros, cons, all that stuff in case you're interested in picking up the brand new SteelSeries Prime wireless. So I'll hit you with the goods first. This does come in at 80 grams. It hits 80 on my scale as well. So you can still classify this as a lightweight mouse. It still does have a few more grams on some other ones out there nowadays, but it's not gonna feel like a toy in your hand. I feel like 80 grams is a sweet spot for a lot of people. And checking it out, the right-handed ergo shape is something that I think SteelSeries has always mastered, and this is no exception. The grooves, the contours, everything about the shape feels like it was literally molded to fit my hand to a T. So depending on your size or your grip preference, this may be a fit for you. We'll cover that in a minute. But real quick, also inside the box, you get a USB-C super mesh cable for charging, or if you want to use this wired. Then taking a peek inside the glory hole, we get the wireless USB-C dongle and the adapter. The adapter is for if you don't have an available USB slot on your PC or laptop, you can just use this and connect it to any free port you have. Worth noting, I said it before in previous reviews, but the dongle does not fit into the front I/O on my case. That lip kind of prevents it, so I have to plug it into the back, but you may not have this case, so whatever. But let's circle back to the shape for a minute, because like I said, for me, this is up there as one of the most comfortable. It comes in at 125 millimeters long, 59 millimeters wide at the front, 68 millimeters wide at the back hips, stands 42.5 millimeters tall at its highest point, and 23 millimeters at the front. I'm a hybrid claw fingertip grip, I guess you could say. I feel like my grip kind of changes depending on what's going on in game, if that makes sense. But hot damn, SteelSeries, these Prime mice are clutch. And I say these because the Prime mice are actually from a lineup of 3 total mice, all brand new, just released, with the Prime, Prime Plus, and here the Prime Wireless. They're all identical in terms of shape. The differences are the Wire 2 are lighter and cheaper, coming in at $60 for the 69 gram Prime. The Prime Plus is $80 for 71 grams. Then here the Wireless is 80 grams at $130. They all have a different sensor as well, and personally they should have just released one wired alternative instead of 2, but hey. Some other physical features here are the textured matte finish that is oh so subtle, but does provide a nice grip in your hand. The setting micro texture also allows for a quick and easy cleanup if you get juice on the mouse. Kidding, obviously. But if you have oils from your hands and fingerprints, stuff like that, if it has those noticeable smudges, it does wipe off in a second. And as a right-handed mouse, we have 2 left side buttons, an illuminating scroll wheel, and inside are their brand new optical switches they call Prestige OM, a magnetic optical switch designed completely differently than a traditional mechanical switch. I don't have any loose ones to show you, so breaking out the X-ray lens will give you an idea of how it works. With the tension spring mechanism inside, it actuates the infrared light beam registered with your PC. That signal is immediately sent, and also the construction allows for an industry-leading 100 million clicks. Here's how they sound. And as you can see for the 2 paddles, very, very little shift or post travel when you actuate the switch. Since you have that lip there, because the paddles are kind of recessed into the body, that stops it. They don't move left and right. It feels very, very solid. So definitely a nice thick left and right click here, nice and satisfying. I'm not the biggest fan of the scroll wheel, however, and also as you heard when squeezing it and stuff, no creaking, nothing like that. It's a very well-made mouse. On the bottom then, we have a new upgrade for SteelSeries with these 100% virgin PTFE feet. I wish the Aerox 3 had these, but we have 4 total, 2 up front around the sensor, and a larger foot on the bottom. You have your on and off switch, a DPI shifter as well. And then let's talk sensor for a minute and their wireless technology. Razer has Hyperspeed. Logitech has Lightspeed. Corsair uses Slipstream. So SteelSeries now, with their technology, it's called Quantum 2.0. And this wireless tech gives their TrueMove Air optical sensor in this mouse a 100 to 18,000 CPI range. It's 1,000 Hz polling, 400 IPS, you can have 5 saved CPI levels on the mouse, and it can be adjusted in increments of 100. And we'll talk software in a minute. But gaming with this, yes, I have to say, hands down, pun intended, the least transition time ever I've had adjusting to a new mouse. Again, I've mained the Viper Ultimate since release, and I'm used to that symmetrical shape, but as I said, everything here just feels right. I was streaming with this last week, and everyone was asking what mouse I was using, because everything just felt automatic. Snapping to enemies in Battlefield 4, quick 180s to cover my backside. I mean it when I say this. This just feels so good. And I had zero issues during gaming. You know, it wasn't cutting out, there was no delay, no liftoff issues, nothing. Battery on this, also for a wireless mouse, a very important factor. It's stellar. 100 hours of use. I would say with my time, you know, I had RGB on when I was filming and gaming and stuff. When I got it in, I'd say probably estimated close to around 60 hours with the RGB. But just a 15-minute charge gives you 40 hours of juice. So that's insane. You're really not gonna have any downtime with this. So again, they say 100, depending on what RGB lights you have on, the brightness, the effects, it's gonna vary, but still, 15-minute charge, 40 hours, charge it in between a match, go get a drink, go take a dump, you'll have a full day's use, 2 days. And then real quick, just touch on their GG software. It's pretty simple, laid out right in front of you with the options to remap the 5 buttons on this mouse, plus the scroll wheel. This includes like creating macros you can reassign as well. Then for adjusting your CPI range, I do wish we could adjust it more precisely. I feel like only the 100 steps is kind of a bummer. Corsair lets you adjust it in increments of 1. I'm like a 750 kind of guy, but on here, 800 does feel kind of right. For the battery modes, there's like a sleeper timer, an RGB dimmer, in a mode to help you save battery, which is called high efficiency, that disables RGB and lowers your polling rate to 125. So I, avoid that. But then for RGB, under the illumination tab, since we only have the one zone with the scroll wheel, you can either like keep it a static color, pick from the color shift palettes if you want a few different colors going on, or just have it pulse in and out. Pretty simple, I just keep it static. Now I do wish we would have a battery percentage like anywhere in the software. It's currently non-existent and it only shows the like battery logo in terms of 3 bars on like the front dashboard. So yeah, that's a must, SteelSeries. I'm the kind of guy who needs to know what percentage I'm at precisely. The scroll wheel does pulse red when it's low, but again, is it at 20%, 10%, 5%? I don't know, I need to know. So as I've been alluding to the whole time, this mouse is for me. Absolutely love it. One of the best shapes I've tried. I really don't have too many complaints with it. You know, it's got a great sensor, 18,000 CPI if you need all that. The new 100% virgin PTFE feet here, so it's gonna feel nice and slick on your mouse pad. It's really a good mouse with great battery, and again, great shape. My one complaint, like I said before, very minor. I'm not the biggest fan of the scroll wheel. It's not a satisfying click, and when I'm doing like a quick fast scroll, it just doesn't feel too satisfying to me. That's a very minor issue. Like, this very well could be my main. And I say that because, again, I've been using the Viper Ultimate since release. And I'm very stuck in my ways. Like, I've been using that for a while. Didn't really have plans of changing anytime soon. I used the Corsair K95 Platinum for like 3 years as well. So once I'm in my ways of the product, I'm like, dedicated to it. So will this be my new main? I don't 100% know, but I mean, I don't have any plans of not using this soon, so we'll have to see. But the point is, for 130, SteelSeries is doing a very killer job here with this. I would have liked to have seen, maybe an extra pair of feet included inside the box, maybe some sort of like textured skins you can apply to it. A bunch of companies are doing that now, and for 130, it wouldn't hurt to include that. The G Pro Superlight, a very egg symmetrical shape, but probably the main competitor to this. They also include, skins and stuff. But man, if you are an ergo user, this, or ergo hand, you know what I'm saying. This right now for me, it's king. Killer stuff, SteelSeries. And guys, that'll wrap it up for my review of the SteelSeries Prime Wireless. Hope you all enjoyed. Like I said, if you want to check out the other Prime mics, like the Prime and the Prime Plus, the wired, cheaper alternative that are also lighter, I have all of them listed for you in the description down below so you can check it out. That'll wrap it up. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up to show your support. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp. And last, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hope you all enjoyed. Have a good day.